皆さん、こんにちは。NativeCamp というオンライン英会話で、ネイティブスピーカーの方と未来の英語教育について話してみたので、紹介したいと思います。今回の先生は、英語指導に関するスペシャリストということなので、このようなトピックを選びました。はじめに、アイスブレイキングとして、コンスピラシーセオリー、日本語で言うと陰謀論みたいなものについての話題を振っています。学習者の英語にはいくつもの間違いがありますが、ご容赦ください。それではどうぞ。
From just stuff I do, like learning about especially scientific fields. I'm really fascinated and interested in science. So yes, I'd love to do a lot of experiment of my own, a lot of research actually. So yes, I appreciate a lot of science, talk. I like science talk.
I mean, so have you ever happened to know some conspiracy theories about the future universe related to science fictions?
No, I haven't.
Oh, no.
I need to, I need to do more. I need to get more into conspiracy theories. I'm so I'm so ignorant of so many, like really, honestly speaking.
So you found
I don't know a thing about any topic. Conspiracy theories and any topics. I'm just looking like, huh? I don't know a thing.
So you found it crazy or meaningless? I mean,
not crazy or meaningless. It's just, many times they are crazy and meaningless. So maybe that's why I haven't invested time in actually, looking for the actual reasonable ones.
Actual reasonable ones.
Finding reasonable conspiracy theories is like finding a needle in a haystack. It's really hard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really, really hard. So yeah, maybe that's why I just turned it out and like, no, everyone should just shut up.
Yeah. So you are getting into more realistic ones.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, actually. All right. And so you are getting into the English teaching, or?
Well, for now, yes. Until I get an admission to do my postgrad studies. But for now, yes, I'm just occupying myself with this.
I see. So there's one thing I want to discuss with people who are familiar with the English learning, English teaching, and so actually in the currently the technology to translate some language into the native language is being developed. So I think the technology is not perfect currently. So there are many mistakes in the applications. I mean, like Google Translation, there are many the difficulties. And I think that in the future, so such kind of technology or applications could be more sophisticated in the future. And so what do you think about the future of English learning? So you think we should still need the English learning for future?
Honestly speaking, I'm going to be very, very honest. I kind of wish everyone didn't have to, Well, the world is becoming a global village by the day.
I see. Yeah.
Everyone's interacting with everyone. So there's this need for, of course, the common tongue, and that is currently English as we see it. Right. And right now, definitely I see English being taught even more and more in the future. Definitely. Yes, because the world is too diverse and definitely we need a common tongue. So yes. And as for the future of English learning, of course, more technological tools will come up to, aid. But I feel like the basics are always the best, I always strongly believe, I strongly believe that the best way to learn a language is to converse with a native speaker of that language. So regardless of the technological advancements, whatever tools may come up, I think what's best is, because the truth is, you learn a language fast on, like NativeCamp is set up very beautifully, you know, for people who need to learn languages, because it's more than just knowing the vocabulary or the correct grammar. You know, you also need practice speaking, like this free conversation class, for instance. You know, I could correct not just your grammar, I could also correct intonations, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. And when you live among, not just live, when you surround yourself or when you're constantly in touch with people who speak those languages fluently, or that language you want to learn fluently, then I think you don't need anything more, honestly speaking.
I see.
That's the way I see it.
It makes sense. And then, what do you think about the curriculum of the English learning? Actually, in Japan, we are focusing on the reading, especially. Instead of the speaking or the listening. I think reading is the, most popular in English learning. But I think for the future, I'm always talking about the future, but such kind of Google translations has the very positive impact on the especially reading articles, because we can just put the English words into the applications and we can get the results. So do you think we should be shift from the reading to other skills, other English skills like the speaking or the listening for the future?
Yes. Okay. You know, firstly, before I answer that, first thing I want to say is Google Translate is probably the most unreliable translation platform I've ever seen in my life. You know, but to some extent, I can't really blame them, because the truth is, like I said about language, you know, it's best to always speak with a native speaker, because the truth about language is you can never translate something as perfectly. You know, yes, you know, just like do you speak any other languages fluently apart from, okay, you speak English quite well, and you speak Japanese, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. Now you would bear me witness that there's some things when you say in Japanese that when you translate to English, it's just not quite the same.
Exactly. That's the common feelings. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So Google Translate will give you the literal translation of this thing. Right?
Yeah.
But not the actual meaning behind it.
Actual meaning behind it.
You know? And then you're like confused, like, what? Right? It's so weird. So yes. Now back to the question you were asking about reading, speaking, both are very important. Both are very important in language learning, of course, because I think it depends on how well you want to master this language, you know? Now, there's some people that I see here at NativeCamp that all they do is free conversation, or basically just classes where they get to speak a lot, because their main focus is how to, you know, talk in English, communicate in English, like verbally communicate. That's what they want to learn English for. They don't care about writing or reading.
So like the Google Translator, so it would be difficult to know the exact meanings what the native speakers want to convey for the non-native speakers, right? So so we should be trained, right, for kind of things. And so do you have something recommendation to try to catch up with the exact meanings from the native speakers?
Are you saying how to practice to improve your English without having to use translations, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Basically everything I've been saying since, interaction with native speakers.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Also, you already do something I usually advise. I always advise my students to watch movies.
Movies. I see.
With subtitles.
With subtitles.
Yes.
English?
And then you can try English subtitles, of course. You know, so you're following what they're saying. You know, you're reading, you're listening, you're understanding. It's like accomplishing It's like killing two birds with a stone. You're accomplishing multiple tasks in one. And then sometimes, many times some of my students tell me, oh yeah, I learned this expression from this movie. And I'm like, oh, great. And they sometimes ask me, oh, what does this mean? So yeah, you could get something from a movie, and you could also come here and ask someone who speaks the language as a native speaker, and ask, oh, what does this mean? The person could help you. And then you two could come up with a sentence of your own, just to prove that you really understood what was said.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
the truth is.
Yeah, that's right. And I sometimes watch the Friends. I mean, do you know the Friends, American sitcom?
Oh, yes, I do. Do I know Friends? Excuse me.
sorry. I'm sure you know that.
Oh, God.
There are many implications, right, in their conversations. So I mean, it seems to me, I mean, it's difficult without any subtitles. Yeah, I think that's a very good practice to try to catch up with the exact, meanings, or the exact, sort of some kind of jokes. So yeah, I think that's a good training for me.
It is. And also it's entertaining, so it's not like you're bored doing it.
Yeah.
It's a fun way to learn, literally.
いかがでしたか？このレッスンからは、たとえツールやアプリが高度化していっても、コミュニケーションをする上での英語の基礎を学ぶことは、とても重要だということを学べました。講師の先生、また、最後までご視聴いただいた皆様、大変にありがとうございます。また別の動画でお会いしましょう。
ご清聴ありがとうございます。チャンネル登録よろしくお願いいたします。